Authorities in Hong Kong have prevented the Spectrum of the Seas, a Royal Caribbean cruise ship, from departing the city's terminal late on Thursday as one of their crew members on board was suspected to have COVID-19 after a routine testing. The government and the cruise operator confirmed on this news. So the cruise ship was scheduled to begin a cruise to Norway, journey in the nearby waters around Hong Kong, restricted to half capacity and only for fully vaccinated residents who tested negative for the virus 48 hours prior to the trip. Now, about 1,000 guests out of a total of 1,200 had already boarded the ship before the 4-night trip was cancelled. All the guests have to undergo compulsory testing, but then were allowed to leave the ship as they did not have direct contact with the crew member. In a statement issued by the company, Royal Caribbean International mentioned that a routine COVID-19 test on crew members identified one crew member who tested indeterminate. Following that, a secondary sample testing, the test resulted preliminary positive for COVID-19. The crew member who tested positive is 40 years old and had tested positive for COVID-19 in Malaysia in the month of July 2021. Further to which he tested negative for more than 10 times since returning to Hong Kong in the month of August 2021. Please also take note that this crew member was fully vaccinated with China's Sinovac vaccine. The crew member's latest sample was collected on the 19th of October, a couple of days earlier, and had a very low viral load. The Center for Health Protection said in a statement that they issued, saying that adding asymptomatic conditions and that the decision to hold the ship was a prudent measure. Now, Hong Kong has some of the most stringent travel restrictions in the entire world and is virtually COVID-19 free. The Chinese-ruled city has reported just over 12,300 cases so far since the start of the pandemic, and most of those cases which tested positive were foreigners who traveled to Hong Kong. The Prime Minister of Israel and Israel's Health and Tourism Ministries have officially approved a plan to allow vaccinated and recovered tourists starting from the 1st of November 2021. The plan is still yet to be ratified by the entire government, but once that happens, this plan allows visitors who have received a vaccine or a booster within the last 6 months that's approved by the World Health Organization. Now, children too young to be vaccinated won't be allowed to enter unless they've recovered from the virus in the prior 6 months. As far as PCR testing is concerned, both PCR tests before travel and on arrival will be required by the tourists. Now, as far as Princess Cruises is concerned, Princess Cruises considers travelers fully vaccinated if they receive their final dose of an authorized or approved COVID-19 vaccine or any combination of 2 doses of an authorized approved vaccine at least 14 days before the cruise starts. Acceptable vaccines are those okayed by the United States Food and Drug Administration or the WHO. Now, talking specifically, Pfizer includes 2 doses, Moderna includes 2 doses, Johnson & Johnson would be 1 dose, AstraZeneca 2 doses, Sinopharm 2 doses, Sinovac 2 doses, and then mixed doses include 1 of each, that is Pfizer and Moderna combined together, or AstraZeneca and 1 dose of Pfizer or Moderna. Now, for the United States only, Princess Cruises allows Novavax clinical trial participants who can confirm that they have received the 2 full doses of the active COVID-19 vaccine. As far as Europe is concerned, COVID-19 immunity may be considered equivalent to fully vaccinated if the traveler or the guest has received 1 dose of one of these, which include Comirnaty, which is Pfizer, Spikevax, Moderna, Vaxzevria, which is AstraZeneca, 14 days or more prior to the cruise. A digital COVID-19 certificate of vaccination will be required. Now, as far as Norwegian Cruise Line, Oceania Cruises and Regent 7 Sea Cruises are concerned, they are also allowing a mixed vaccine combination of 2 doses of an FDA approved or authorized or WHO listed 2 doses series with a minimum interval of 17 days. Royal Caribbean International have mentioned that they're officially launching a 274-night Ultimate World Cruise. targeted as the world's longest cruise journey. The cruise line made an announcement and said that this particular cruise was the longest and the most comprehensive world cruise out there in the market. It is set to visit over 150 destinations throughout 7 continents in 65 countries including China, Brazil and Morocco. Now, some of these destinations include the Great Barrier Reef in Australia, the Iguazu Falls in Argentina, Antarctica, the Great Wall of China, and even Casablanca in Morocco. Prices for this world cruise start at $61,000 and the cruise's inaugural voyage is set to depart from Miami on the 10th of December in 2023 and is scheduled to return back again to Miami on the 10th of September next year in 2024. This magnificent world cruise is set to start on the Serenade of the Seas, which includes a rock climbing wall, a mini golf course, arcade, theatre, spa, pool and 13 decks to fit nearly 2,500 guests and 800 crew. The most economical accommodations on board the ship are the interior ones, starting at $61,000 per person. If you want an ocean view stateroom, the prices climb up to $65,000. And if you're looking for a balcony, you're going to be looking at $79,000. If you're looking for a little bit more of luxury, you can opt for a stay in the junior suite, which costs at $112,000 per person. Now, Royal Caribbean International said that the guests will get a 10% discount if they pay in full by the 6th of January 2023. The ultimate world cruise voyage is being split into 4 parts. The first part includes the Americas and Antarctica, the second part includes Asia and the Pacific, the third part includes Middle East and the Mediterranean, and finally the fourth part is going to include Northern Europe. And that concludes our latest cruise news updates for the 22nd of October. Thank you so much for watching. Please do share your feedback down below. And yes, if you enjoyed watching this video, subscribing to my channel will really help my channel grow. And please give this video a thumbs up if you liked watching it. Thank you so much. Until next time, you take care and stay safe.